All right, guys. So check out number 10 on Canvas. Number 11, guys. Number 11. That is cross line y equals negative x. Okay. So for this one, the line y equals negative x is right here. All right. And let's make it a little bit bigger. So that's going to be going. Oops. Hold on. So that's going to be going right here and then right here. So that's line y equals negative x. So we have a different rule for this one as well. So I'm going to plot these coordinates real quick so we can get our square. All right, so we have the square there for this one. For our rule for y equals negative x, our rule is if we start out with the coordinate of xy for any x and y coordinate, what we're going to do is we are going to switch them again, okay, just like we did for y equals x. We're reflecting over that line, but we're also going to, and I'm going to put a negative in front of it. So what it means, that negative means we're going to change the sign. Okay, we're going to change the sign. So let's look at a there. A is at negative 1, 3, okay? And we want to see what happens after we do this. So that 3 is going to come in here and become our x coordinate. And we're going to change the sign. We're going to make it a negative. We went from a positive to a negative. Now that negative 1 comes right here. And it was negative 1. But think about it like this. Think about it, and I'm going to write it beneath it. Negative, negative 1. If we have a negative, negative 1, it's really the same thing as saying positive 1. Okay, we're saying negative 1 times negative 1. That's what this is saying, negative 1 times negative 1. Then we're going to have a positive 1. All right, so the coordinate for A is going to be negative 3, 1. All right, now let's move on to B. So for B here, B is at the coordinate 0, 6. So 6 moves into the x spot, and that becomes negative. And then 0, guys, don't put down negative 0, please. Please. All right, 0 is neither negative or positive, so it just stays negative 6, 0. Okay? So for part C, C is going to be what? 3, 5. So, I mean, we're just going to switch it and make it negative 5, negative 3. All right, so that's going to be for C, negative 5, negative 3. And then D is going to be 2, 2. So that's a good one then. We have negative 2, negative 2. So D is negative 2, negative 2. And we are done. All right. So if you guys haven't caught on yet, like for number 12 here, we don't even really need to do any math. I mean, well, we need to do math, but we don't need to graph it and put it on there if you don't want to. So for S, it is negative 1, negative 6. So that's going to change to 6, 1 because we switch them and change the sign. So S is going to be 6, 1. All right, T. If we're looking at T, that becomes, it goes from 0, negative 3 to 3. And remember, 0 just stays the same. So for T, it's going to be 3, 0. And for U, that one, we're going to change to that 4 becomes a positive 4, and that 3 becomes a negative 3. So that's going to be 4, negative 3. And we're done. All right, and we are done. So for the next part, identifying the line of reflection. All right, guys. So this, I mean, I don't think it's too difficult. Like obviously in number 13, what's it reflected over? The y-axis. You know what I mean? Like that's pretty simple, I think. Um, and like even in number 14, that I mean we kind of see that the middle between those two